Good afternoon, everyone. It's night. How is everyone doing today? I'm doing just pretty okay, at least. I've decided that I wanted to play a couple of more sort of zestier decks today, so I've decided on 4/5 color Traverse Death Shadow, as well as 4-color gifts later today. So you should be able to see now. Right now we have Traverse Death Shadow, and that's what we're going to start with. So I'm pretty excited. I've only ever played Traverse Death Shadow once, like in paper. I've never actually played it on stream or on MitGo or anything. This list specifically was sent to me by Ashes of an Empire in chat, who has been playing it a lot online, primarily I think through Untap, but has been playing Traverse Death Shadow, and we just kind of made a couple of changes. We cut the 2 Abrupt Decays and 1 of the Fatal Pushes for 3 Assassin's Trophies that we're going to try out today, but outside of that, it's all the same. So we're going to go ahead and run through a league with this, so that should be pretty exciting. And I assume everyone's ever has seen a Death Shadow deck. They know how it works. They don't, I'm not going to kind of walk through exactly how the deck works. It's very simple. You kind of play a tempo mid-range game with Death Shadow. Excuse me. Tarmogoyf, and you have Lilianas, and you have Thoughtseizes and Inquisitions, and you have a bunch of removal spells, etc., etc. And then out of the sideboard, we have things like Lingering Souls, and I don't know if there's another threat or not. So the main thing that you're going to see in this deck versus other decks that are Death Shadow primarily is that there's no delve threats. We're waiting for this to pop, I guess. I can look. We can show you here. So this deck has no delve threats in the sideboard, no delve threats in the main. We have Street Wraith as our biggest top end. We have a Grim Flayer, like a single Grim Flayer, 4 Death Shadows, 4 Tarmogoyfs, and no other sort of creatures necessarily. We have the Street Wraiths, but those are primarily a card draw thing, not actually a creature that we attack with, although playing Death Shadow a couple of times, I've definitely cast a Street Wraith, so I know all about it. But so we're gonna jump in here now. My graveyard is quite important in this matchup. Let's see, this hand. Let's see. I know what the. I know that turn 1 I want to be casting Thoughtseize. So maybe Mishra's Bauble will tell me whether or not I want to be doing that right away. But I like this hand. This hand is fine. I think I can go ahead and keep it. My opponent has mulligan down to 6, and it looks like they kept a card on top. So, alright, they've got a fetch land. Okay, so why don't we see what's on top? What are they keeping that is so important? Glistener Elf. So this is Infect, which means that Fatal Push is going to be very relevant here, but so are these hand attack spells. So we're actually going to... and since it's Infect, we can actually be a little bit more aggressive with our life total and not have to worry so much about it. We are going to hopefully resolve this. Let's see. I want an Overgrown Tomb, yes, and I would like to Thoughtseize. Yep. So if we take the Blighted Agent, we know obviously the cards in their hand plus the Glistener Elf coming off the top, and so we should be we should be very good to go. Another Fatal Push is good here. Hopefully we can draw another land next turn. That's going to be ideal. So they play the Inkmoth Nexus, and they have fetched, and they're playing Glistener Elf. So now that they've already fetched, why don't we go ahead on their end step? Someone is at me. Oh, no, you're good, man. Let's go ahead and see what they are drawing. They're drawing a Misty. So we're okay with an extra land out of our opponent, because that means they're not going to have a creature here. And so now we draw an extra card with Mishra's Bauble, hopefully hitting in a second land is kind of the ideal draw here. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and shock this in, and we are going to go after our opponent's hand. We already know what they have, but we're going to go ahead and take the Vines of the Vastwood. They can't cast it right now, but it's still good to get it out of our opponent's... Oops. Get it out of our opponent's hand before they can do anything with it. And so now we have successfully knocked our life total down to a healthy number. We still have to deal with this Inkmoth Nexus. They played the island, so we know that they have a Groundswell in hand. And hopefully... Okay, sure. So we're taking 5 Infect this turn, which is a lot, but we're okay with that, because we can hopefully draw another land. Nope. Okay. Alright, so we are going to have to Fatal Push this Inkmoth Nexus. Hopefully not have to fight through a... so we knew about the Misty. Activate Inkmoth. So there's one card unknown for our opponent. Yep. So we'll Fatal Push. So now our opponent... Yep, our opponent was out of cards. They just didn't want to have to fight again. So against Infect, I like Lingering Souls just as blockers. An extra Abrade is never bad, and a Stubborn Denial is fine. For the Lingering Souls, obviously, we bring in the Godless Shrine. We are going to cut the... Ooh. I actually think we cut down on threats a little bit, because we're more about surviving our opponent's initial onslaught. But I could be very wrong on that, too. Grim Flayer just gets outclassed. Maybe we don't want one of those. Maybe cut an Assassin's Trophy. Cut the Temur Battle Rages. They just aren't doing anything when we want them to be. We'll cut a Lingering Souls, too. And then usually we cut a land as well. And I'm okay with cutting... I actually just don't mind not having the Abrade here. It's just so good because it hits it hits any of their threats. And I like Stubborn Denial, bringing in an extra Stubborn Denial as well. This one's tough. Maybe cut a Street Wraith. This isn't necessarily scientific. I wonder if I even want the Lingering Souls. They just block well. That's kind of what my concern is. They don't have a whole lot to give trample. Maybe I don't need all 4 Stubborn Denials. I could be wrong, but... Okay. So my opponent's going to be on the play, obviously. Hopefully we can have an okay opener like we did last time. I think being able to draw into that second land really helped our opener last time. Yeah, I actually don't mind this hand. It pretty much allows us to grab anything we need to. Wooded Foothills. Okay, that's good for me. So I think I just start us off with a Thoughtseize. My opponent kept a 7, so they must have a Blighted Agent. And we're going to get that out of here. Maybe shouldn't auto-yield those. I don't know why I clicked that. Yeah, you have a Spell Sky. That's fine. So I think what I should do is just play Tarmogoyf. Just because I know that they don't have a whole lot in what they're doing right now. And I should be okay not having to worry about a threat coming out of them right away. Okay, so Polluted Delta. Push this. I am very surprised about a Blossoming Defense. Sure. I don't really know what else I could have done there. And I'm not going to attack then. But that does turn on my Stubborn Denial. So I definitely want blue with this. My opponent is effectively tapped out, so the only thing they could have is like mutagenic growth, and I don't think that does anything for them. Inquisition. Oh boy. They've effectively got the kill in hand. Yep. We're going to attempt to Assassin's Trophy this. Sure. No blocks. Ichor Clawmere. Sure. I really needed a removal spell right there. Oops. This one. Sure. There's not much I can do about that. No blocks. Yep. Save an Ink Moth, okay. That's not good for me. So I have to fade a single pump spell here. Or, I guess, no, I don't. Yep. We drew a lot of lands that time. Ichor Clawmere is very interesting. We do have an extra land that we don't need. Why don't we cut this forest and bring in this Stubborn Denial? I kind of want having the extra one in there. And then we can win this one on the play, hopefully. There's consideration for Kozilek's return. I wonder if that's better than something here, like the Lily doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, well, I don't know. Lily can be really powerful in this matchup. I guess not. Alright, so this hand does nothing. This hand is fine. We do not need that, though. So let's cast Mishra's Bauble. Let's see what's on top of our own library. Thoughtseize. Well, I want that one. And then let's go get Overgrown Tomb and see what our opponent's doing. Okay, so we're going to take the Ichor Clawmere They could just try the whole attack with whatever they want thing, which is probably better. But if we take the Icoclaw Mirror, I think I can block most of their other stuff. Yep, I would like to draw... Ooh, another Thoughtseize. That's good. That's really good. That might be one of the better draws we could have had. Did they have... So they drew the Breeding Pool for turn. And now they're playing the Noble. Sure. Ooh, Fatal Push is good too. Yes. Thoughtseize. And... let's see. Let's just take the Invisible Stalker. And then play a Death Shadow. It's just a lowly country 4/4 opponent. It's fine. Play the Misty. They drew an Invisible Stalker, sure. Inquisition to take your Groundswell. Sure. Are they just groundswelling the Invisible Stalker? No? Okay. I feel like that'd be poor. If we had another land for this Lingering Souls, that'd be really good. We played the Dryad Arbor. So my opponent has one unknown in hand. No blocks. Taken 2. I think that's very bad. You should never chip damage the Death Shadow player. So now I've got to play around single pump spell that pumps for 4. That's 2. I forget that this can't be blocked. Double pump spell, sure. I should have killed the Noble Hierarch. Yep. Yeah, I should have killed the Noble. Yep. That was bad on me. Dang it. Alright. Time to just jump back into it. Taking some time to load my opponent. I don't know. I think I might have misboarded as well. I don't really know. It felt kind of right. I just kind of dropped some of the things that didn't really do a whole lot and added the things that did well. I think dropping the Grim Flayer is correct, obviously, because I think you're trying to not be the beatdown. So, like, having the extra creature doesn't do a whole lot. And Your life can matter in that matchup, so cutting the Street Wraiths made sense. Or the Street Wraith, I guess. Alright, so this hand is pretty land heavy. I don't know if I like it a lot. Does have a Stubborn Denial, but I need to play the Watery Grave just to do that. I think I'm going to go back on this one. This hand is a lot better, especially on the play. Yeah, I actually want another one of those. Just like go after my opponent's hand very aggressively. If they're playing something like Storm, they're playing Black-Green Rock. Okay. Well, my opponent's not doing much for a few turns. If I just take Fatal Push, and then next turn I take probably Trophy Tireless Tracker, then I can Stubborn Denial. If I draw, I don't know. I can Stubborn Denial the Lily as she comes down. So my opponent drew another Fatal Push. So I think I just take Trophy. No, I think I take Fatal Push. Fatal Push. Trophy. And ideally I'd like to draw land. So they drew a Goyf, sure. But we drew the Fatal Push. And now we're going to soft stub a Lily coming down. Now my opponent has Tireless Tracker X in hand. So if they trophy my Tarmogoyf, that sets us up a land and we can start hopefully drawing more threats. Apparently it is. I don't know. We just had like every answer ever. What's up, Roland? How you doing today? Yeah, this deck is essentially just like answer.deck. Like, runs every Fatal Push, every... Oh god, another Lily. That's not good for me. Well, I've got the trophy for it at least. Can I draw something? That's actually one of the reasons why I really like Traverse Death Shadow. Because it's just like every hand hate spell, every removal spell, every answer. That's not bad. So let's do that during your draw step. Just in case they drew. I mean, they've got a million basics, but still. I'm doing very okay. Very mediocre. But, I mean, hey, here, playing Death Shadow. It's pretty fun. Do you have your exam today already, or no? There's the tracker. They have another land. Okay. I'm going to play a Lowly Country 1/1. During your upkeep, I want to see what you're drawing. Oh, I thought it was 1 today, 2 tomorrow. Or is it 1 tomorrow, 2 Friday? That makes more sense, honestly. Drawing a fetch land. That's bad for me. Yeah, that sounds awful. I am not, I am not going to block. Yeah, I do not envy you. I'm not a fan of exam weeks. They suck, like a lot. Yeah, that sounds about right. Push trophy? Oh, Hissing Quagmire. I actually don't like that at all. They can very easily just, like, kill me, though. So I kind of have to trade this off here. No more clues for you. Yeah, you get that one. The nice thing is that since this isn't Jund, I don't have to worry about, like, dying to a random Bloodbraid Elf, but I can still die to this treetop village if I don't have an answer for it. And I get, like, 1 draw step to draw it, so... Scoos. Okay. That's not going to do it. Alright, you got me, opponent. Let's try again. Okay, so Temur Battle Rage is really bad against all of these, just like removal of heavy decks. On the play, I probably want to be more of the beatdown, so I like bringing in a Stubborn Denial. I like Lily the Last Hope. I like these Lingering Souls. And I don't mind Engineered Explosives, but it's probably not super great. Actually, no, I probably want to bring that in. And then these Street Wraiths are just not super good. Oh, I need this Godless Shrine. Herp. And we're cutting red so we can drop the Blood Crypt. I don't know if Ashes is watching, but Ashes, if you're watching, there should be a Hazoret in your sideboard, I think. I really like Hazoret as a traversable threat. in these, especially against these like grindier decks. It's just so good. I don't know who all's watching. It doesn't tell me on my screen that I'm watching on. But for those of you that are watching, thank you. I appreciate it. And my name is Knight. So if you enjoy my content, or if you don't enjoy my content but enjoy watching me lose a bunch, then I would really appreciate it if you followed and help get my name out there. Tell your friends, loved ones, whatever. Help me keep doing what I'm doing here. It doesn't really matter where I'm putting that. So that first hand just wasn't doing a whole lot. So I elected not to keep it. I think I just take Thoughtseize. Just protect my hand. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you, told your friends, told your loved ones, tell whatever. Get my name out there. I'd love to continue streaming a bunch more. It's a lot of fun. And I would assume that other people have fun watching me do it, so. Because I'm conceited like that. Okay. So they drew a land for turn. I'm just going to take the Tireless Tracker. The trophy doesn't mean a whole lot to me. Although I've got an answer to everything else, I probably should just take the trophy. Let's see. They play one of the Verdants. That sucks. Could have really used a land there. Of course I have the Stubborn Denial. Come on. What do you take me for? I really wanted to land there, though. Gosh, it sucks. But if you are watching, I already said thank you plenty of times. I don't need to talk about it some more, but I really appreciate it. Today we are playing. We play mostly Modern on the stream. Actually, we haven't played anything else so far. We play mostly Modern, and we are playing Traverse Death Shadow right now, and we will be playing. Oops. Done. We will be playing. I can't think of the name of it. 4-color gifts later, so stay tuned for that because that'll be pretty exciting. Yep. See, I'm okay with you getting these clues because cancel. Oh, no. Oh, God. What happened? Why did it just click through that? Oh, that was so stupid. Alright, well, I'm just going to pop this now. It just, like, clicked through the end step instead of letting me... Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Unfortunately, I have to let that happen. But I used up their turn. I mean, they drew 2 cards, so I don't think it really matters to them. Ideally, we draw like a land that isn't a basic. We've drawn just all of our basics. Which means these trophies are going to get really gross out of our opponent. Okay, but that doesn't do anything for me. Like, I need my opponent to, like, completely tap out for a stupid... Oh, God, that's really bad. That's just really, really bad for me. I mean, yeah. At least I get to cast his Lingering Souls. Thoughtseize me. I guess I might as well try and Stubborn Denial this. Because they're going to take the Stubborn anyway. I think. This doesn't really matter. We just drew so cold this game. My gosh. Plus, of course, I clicked through that stupid end step problem. Okay. Jesus. Hey, look, guys. This is ridiculous. First off, opponent, you should be blowing up my lands like hardcore. You should be absolutely cutting me on blue. Just, I don't know what you're doing. Especially since, didn't they see Death Shadow last game? So they know that I'm on Death Shadow, which means that they know that I have, like, no basics left. Because we just get so greedy with our mana base. I don't know why it's taking you so hard to pick between 2 Assassin's Trophies. There we go. What do we got? Okay, Trophy's not bad. I think... Yeah, I think I just attack Lily. I think if they trophy one of my souls, I'm going to laugh pretty hard. They're going to realize they should have just started blowing up my lands, to be honest. Which I guess isn't very good for me if they draw their 4th trophy. Alright. During your draw step, hopefully you draw one of your 6 basics. Oh, you're activating Tassiger. Okay. Well, I'm going to trophy this idiot, so... I maybe should have waited on this. He might have attacked first, and I just let them do that. Oh boy. Trophies are not good to have. None of these things are good. You can have your Tassiger back. That's not good for me, but it's something. None of those cards were very good for me, so... Playing old Tassie. Yeah, those are some good ones to keep in your graveyard. Sure. Okay, that I'm okay with. I think I just trophy, right? I mean, it leaves them with a Liliana, but hopefully I can draw something decent. I don't want to give them the ability to activate Tassiger again. They have a Treetop Village and a Liliana? Jeez. This isn't good. I think we're dead, chat. I think we're super dead. You just do nothing this game. Now we're going to start drawing lands when we need them. Or when we don't need them. Yep, I got a 10. Alright. There is no point to fighting this one out. That's pretty bad. Okay, let's move on. That was a bad one, but we're still going to play this because I really enjoy this deck, so I think I'm going to play out quite a bit of it. And I shouldn't already be frustrated. It's kind of dumb just to be frustrated, I guess. It's kind of a unnecessary thing or whatever. I'm pretty excited for 4-color gifts, too. I really like that deck. It's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of random things in it, so... I don't know if I could look. Yeah, I can. Sweet. We basically took a list I ran not too long ago, and I made a couple changes to the mana base, and I added the Assassin's Trophies over the Abrupt Decays that it was running, added some Fatal Pushes, kind of kept the rest of the core together. It had 3 bombs. It had Grave Titan, Alishnor, and Iona, and I dropped the Grave Titan because it didn't feel very good in the deck. This hand is very good. This hand actually just looks like a normal Grixis Death Shadow hand. That makes it a little bit different. What is this? This is likely... Young Pyromancer? So I just take the Fatal Push. Young Pyromancer seems like it's not super terrible, but probably not great. That hand, I think, is going to be easy to fight through, though. Yep, it's Mardu. Likely Mardu Pyromancer. Alright, so let's start it off by seeing what my opponent has going on. They drew a Bedlam Reveler. Take the Dreadbore. They played a Mountain. Young Pyromancer. They're going to get a token. But that also means that they have to bolt me to do it. And I'm super okay with that. Bolt me, no. Ooh, do they see the line? This is Mind Games. Mind Games, opponent. They're just like, oh no, he's on Death Shadow. It would be really funny. Play, yes. Slam Tarmogoyf. Slam Death Shadow. It's only a 3/3. Bolt my Death Shadow. Oh, baby. Thanks. Thanks, boo. Oh, yeah. And we know the two cards are Bedlam Reveler and Bloodstained Mire. Now we have one unknown. It was a Faithless Looting. So they're discarding two. They're likely going to discard this land because they don't need another one. Nope, they still have the Bloodstained Mire. They drew two lands. And they have one. Sure. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 in their graveyard for spells, so this isn't quite ready to fire off. They got Faithless Lootings. They're just looking to maybe mill two. They sure did. But are they dead? I can do 8, 12 to them, docking them to 6. I don't think that's worth it. I think I just swing in with the creatures that I have now. Their Bedlam Reveler could draw them and do a bunch of removal spells, but right now I think it's fine. I have instant sorcery creature land in my graveyard, so I've got a natural country 4/4. Oh boy. Trampling Idiots. I really love Grim Flayer. This card's sweet. I don't think it fits into every deck, but I think it really fits into this deck. I like this card a lot. Dreadbore my Death Shadow, sure. Cast your Bedlam Reveler. Yep. And I'm going to be the aggressor. That was really dumb of you. Graveyard. Graveyard. Okay. Top. Oh. I'm still in combat. Play another Death Shadow. I don't really know what my opponent could have. They're at 1. They've got a single lone Bedlam Reveler as a blocker. If they go Bedlam Reveler into Bedlam Reveler, they've got a bunch of 3/4s at least. Let's see, 3 mana Blood Moon? Nope. Flashback Faithless Looting. They're just looking for answers. They discarded a Blood Moon and made my Goyf really big. Oh boy, can we get an artifact in the graveyard? Yeah, I was just like, I don't really know what you're looking for, but... Okay, so, against Mardu Pyromancer, I want Kozilek's Return, I want Stubborn Denials, Nihil Spellbomb, Engineered Explosives, and then just, like, Lily the Last Hope. So, like, the hand attack is really weak. Mishra's Bauble isn't super good. And then in turn, Grim Flayer is not very good. I'm going to keep one in just for Traverse sake. And then drop a little bit of the hand attack. Maybe like 2 Thoughtseizes. Oh, I probably should drop a Temur Battle Rage, but that's like one of the ways we win through all of their token generation. So, gosh, this deck is sweet. Ashes, you were super right. This deck is amazing. I am having a ton of fun. We lost the first 2, and I still had fun playing them. Come on. I actually really like this hand. I'm going to keep it. Oh, and they're going to Thoughtseize me. I think I'm okay with that, actually. Inquisition, sure. So they're going to take this Nihil Spellbomb. They also could just take Thoughtseize to prevent me from going after their hand. But then they have to leave me with a Nihil Spellbomb, and that's not very good for them. Oh, they took the Goyf. They can't handle the Goyf. I'm just going to crack this. The nice thing about this hand is that because we do the second Stubborn, it's going to be harder for them to play around the first Stubborn Denial. Or the second Stubborn Denial because they just don't know about it. I think I'm going to take the Faithless Looting. You can absolutely have those bolts. Man, that hand is not very good, opponent. I don't know why you kept that. You should have Faithless Looting done turn 1. Or you should have taken my Thoughtseize, so I couldn't have taken it. I'm okay if you just want to, like, bolt me a bunch. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Do you know about the Stubborn Denial? Don't flashback Faithless Looting. That is just so bad. That's not good. What is this? 3 mana... Oh, Kolaghan's Command? To make me discard and deal 2 damage to me? That'd be very interesting. I think it's probably wrong. Well, they played the mountain. Oh, what? Oh, I yield. Oh. I auto-yielded through the turn. Alright. That makes me kind of salty. Not drawing a third land really sucks. Off auto yields. Yeah, you can actually bolt me a second time, that's fine. I'm at 2. Do you got another one? Hazoret the Fervent. Yep, I can't really do anything about that. Sweet. Oh boy. Well, let's try that. A little bit of a different configuration going into game 3. It's been a while since I played a Death Shadow deck. I'm just not used to the way that the deck works, especially this one. This one's so different compared to all the others. Because like I'm normally playing Grixis Death Shadow, not Traverse. Which I mean, you'd think I'd be good at because I play Jund. Because like I just like Jund and bad creature decks are pretty much my mainstay. So like you'd think like a mixture between Grixis Death Shadow and Jund are good for me, but this hand is pretty good. I like this hand a lot. I wish this was like a fetch land instead of this forest. This is like the worst land in the deck. Oh boy. That's a lot of souls. Blackleaf Cliff's Young Pyromancer. And I think I just put him on the back step. Play another Goyf. Blood Moon me? That'd be really funny. Goblin Rabblemaster. Sure. Nope. You got me. Chip damage is really bad. You shouldn't do it. Here comes a Lingering Souls. You got those. I just like getting blockers out of the way. Oh boy. Oh look, you're in chump mode. We're about to have an achievement unlock here. The Reed Duke playset of Tarmogoyf specials. 3 Future Sight Tarmogoyfs and 1 Modern Masters Tarmogoyf. Like the god Reed Duke intended. Come on, Blood Moon me. Souls, flashback souls. Sure. You're in like mega chump block mode. I'm okay with this. Oh boy. Out of here. Get him out of here. Out. How do your teeth feel? That was sweet. That was a good top deck. Oh man, I'm watching right now, and my stream obviously is a little bit behind the stream that I'm getting. So just watching that right now, and man, does it feel good! Oh boy, I like Kozilek's return. That card's sweet. We almost did the achievement. I could have just played another Tarmogoyf. Why didn't I? I don't know. They would have just double blocked my Death Shadow, chump blocked my Tarmogoyf, still die on the backswing, I guess. But I could have had all 4 Tarmogoyfs in play. That was sweet. Let's move on. Let's go to the next one. Do some sweet stuff in this one too. Okay. I don't mind this hand. If we draw another land, it's going to be really strong. But I don't have a turn 1 play. So I can do the scry trick with Mishra's Bauble. Forest Noble Hierarch, sure. Delta, sure. That is one I actually want. Uh-oh. Devoted Druid. Okay. Do you have the other piece? Let me see it, opponent. Let me see. Oh man, you were really trying there. I don't have another play. So why don't we do the scry trick again? Stubborn Denial. Well, I don't want that one. I don't need another. I can't really soft stub a collected company, but I can at least try. Street Wraith, that isn't too bad. If they play the second Devoted Druid, okay, that's good for me. Swing with one. You should swing for one. Come on, opponent, it's fine. Oh. They have another Devoted Druid? Man, this deck doesn't play Maelstrom Pulse. It's too bad. Actually, Maelstrom Pulse wouldn't do anything. Neat little trick with Devoted Druid there. Ooh, Assassin's Trophy. That works out for me. Play a couple 2/2s. It's a 2/2 for one. It's not even a Wild Nacatl. Wild Nacatl's too strong for Modern. You should ban it. My opponent does nothing with a bunch of mana up. Oh boy, I wonder what it could possibly be. Unfortunately, my Death Shadows aren't big enough to make Soft Stub work against it. Because they will just stop me. But that will. No collected company. That's lethal, opponent. You got to block. Graveyard. Graveyard. Top. Man, I love just being able to pick apart my opponent's hand. Feels good. And they're on the green-white sort of aggro combo build, apparently. They have like Cord or Company or something. Otherwise, I don't know what they're going to do. They're probably dead. Eternal Witness to get Vizier back, I guess? Sure. I don't really know what they're going to grab. They have to grab like another... They don't have any of the search engines. They have no cards in hand. And Vizier, getting Vizier back doesn't do anything with infinite mana. Like, sure, you have infinite mana. They're getting back the other Devoted Druid, sure. At this point, it just feels like blockers to me. You have a bunch of mana. Shipping in. Sure. Sure. You go to 5. Trigger here. Graveyard. Graveyard. Top. I don't know how you're buying through this game. Yeah. Okay, so I want my removal spells here. An extra... I actually really like Stubborn Denials. Maybe Golgari Charm? It doesn't really do anything in this matchup. I think it's just for the enchantment removal. Abrade doesn't really... I mean, it does kill a creature. And maybe that's okay. What am I cutting? I don't really need the Lingering Souls, so there's no point in bringing that in. I like the Thoughtseizes. I like the Inquisitions. Grim Flayer is pretty good. Liliana of the Veil becomes less relevant because they just go so wide. Probably don't want all the Street Wraiths either. They're like harder to fight through. I think maybe cut another for an Abrade. And I'm definitely leaving red cards in, so I gotta leave that Blood Crypt in and stuff. Yeah, this hand is good. Man, this deck is really sweet. That might have been an oopsie on your part, Ashes. I think I might play this. Let's see your top card. Path to Exile. Okay. So, the reason, and you may have noticed that that was a little weird as far as play goes, the reason I take a Path to Exile there is because they are likely going to shuffle it away with this fetch land. They didn't. Interesting. Well, we got another Thoughtseize. That's fine. My opponent cleverly playing around my hand. Alright, let's see what you got. Okay, nothing new here. I think I just take... Well, they can't really deal with everything in my hand. If I take Collected Company, it's something I can't really handle, but they don't have the ability to cast anything, so I might just take Path Exile. And let's see if they're drawing a land. They are drawing a Plains. Which means... Okay. They're going to play the Plains. And they're going to play something. Maybe Knight of the Reliquary? I can see that. Oh, they're playing Sin Collector. Which takes an instant or sorcery. Well, I don't have one of those. Do a little scry trick here. Fatal Push. Well, I do want that one. They are probably going to E-Witness back a land this turn. I think I might be just so far ahead because they are struggling to find lands. Hand attack? Oh, another land. That's alright. Oh, they drew the land. Okay, so they have Collected Company. Just like on ready. Yeah, or they're just going to do it now, I guess, while I don't have Sovereign Denial. That makes sense. Knight. Tireless Tracker. Sure. Well, the trophy is pretty good. Play this. Cancel. Go to attacks. I'm absolutely okay if they want to trade this off, but they probably won't. Especially because they have the Knight of Autumn in hand. Play... this. Actually, no, I can still get a forest with that. Never mind. I was like, I can't get a green source with this for Assassin's Trophy. Or with the Verdant Catacombs because the other one's in my hand, but this can grab a forest. Sure. This is a pretty good combination of cards my opponent has assembled. Casting Knight. Sure. Oh, I read this as Knight of Autumn, not Knight of the Reliquary. Interesting. That's a good one. Force my opponent to start blocking. think I just kill one of these. Man, that was not very good for me. I didn't think about the night block. Why I didn't think about it is beyond me. I have no idea why I didn't, but I didn't. Oops. There we go. Play this big boy. I might lose the game because of that, actually. That was really dumb of me. E-Witness. Targeting Path to Exile. Alright, that sucks. Alright, let's try the other one. This next one on the play. Maybe Night of the Reliquary is a consideration for Nihil Spellbomb. I don't mind that, actually. Cut a Mishra's Bauble. Maybe bring in Engineered Explosives. That doesn't sound bad either. Let's try that. It's been a while since I played against the green-white version of this deck. And I've played the Bant version quite a bit, but... Let's see. Yep, I would like to be on the play. This hand just doesn't have a threat or a way to get one, and I need to kind of be the aggressor in this game. This hand also doesn't have one, but I think I have to keep this. And obviously I'm not keeping the land on top. Bottom. Okay, that's not bad. Take the Finks, it's just the hardest thing to deal with. Duskwatch Recruiter, sure. Alright, that one's pretty good. They have the Abrupt Decay for it, but they didn't have the mana for it last time. They obviously have 2 new draws, so if they have a black source here, they can go after the Tarmogoyf. They can also play the Skoos and eat something immediately. Eating the either Fatal Push or Inquisition of Kozilek will shrink the Goyf. Yep. So I'm going to trophy that. They're going to eat probably the Inquisition in response. That would be my guess. Or I guess they could eat the land, too. They've got a couple different options. If they want to gain life, they can't shrink my Goyf. I cut the lilies, right? I did. Eating the Fatal Push is very wrong. It only shrinks my Goyf until the Assassin's Trophy is. Because now it's still a 4/5. I'm still going to keep Breeding Pool in my hand, just to make them think around different things. I've kept up blue every turn, so I'm telegraphing that I have a Stubborn Denial in my hand. Knight of the Reliquary, sure. That's just a 2/2. It could be a 4/4 at a moment's notice, though. So I have to be careful. That's good. Especially if they have the Abrupt Decay. They still have Abrupt Decay in hand that we know about. Well, they might not have a swap. Sometimes the Abzan versions of this deck, at least, they play like the Viscera Seer combo with Kitchen Finks and stuff. This could just be green-white that splashes black for sideboard hate, for like Abrupt Decays and stuff, which might be better if they were Assassin's Trophies. But I'm not 100% sure how much the uncounterable stuff matters for that. I've never really seen the uncounterable part of Abrupt Decay become relevant until right now. Because like if that was an Assassin's Trophy, I could Stubborn Denial it, but I can't do that under it being Abrupt Decay. Tireless Tracker, sure. Sure. Traverse. I don't know what that could get, but obviously I have the ability to it. I can finally cast Traverse the Ulvenwald. Did I just get another Tarmogoyf? So I start putting the beat down on them? I think I do. I don't know if attacking does anything right now. Just holding up double blockers for The Knight of the Reliquary seems very good. Especially since she's so large right now. And they have a billion clues. And now they've got Black Source for Abrupt Decay too. That kind of sucks. Well, they had the Birds of Paradise, so I guess they always had Black Source there. But what have we got? Recruiter, sure. And now we're at this holding pattern that happens a lot with, like, Jund. And I need a removal spell for this Knight of the Reliquary. Or we could start dying. I think that is very okay. You got me. You killed my 2/2. What do we got? Green, white. What is it? Anything good? Crack a clue, sure. Yep. Another Abrupt Decay, sure. You could also just draw, like, Engineered Explosives or just any sort of removal. There are a lot of live draws in our deck, but for some reason we're just not drawing them. Sin Collector, sure. You got the Stubborn Denial out of my hand. I brought Engineered in, right? Yeah. Come on, Explosives. Come on, Nihil Spellbomb. That'd be sweet, too. Just turn that Knight into nothing. So I go to 1. I don't really think attacking there is correct, but... Yep. Nice game, opponent. That sucked. Gosh. Whew. Okay, one more. One more, and then we get to play the Grind Fest with some 4-color gifts. So, I mean, this just looks like a Jun hand, so I'll keep it. Don't tempt me, because I will. Oh, I paid against this guy earlier. Gosh, what was he on? I don't remember. Well, he wasn't on Grixis Death Shadow, that's for sure. I'm going to take the Mishra's Bauble. Which is very weird, but it's going to make my Goyfs really big. And they aren't going to be able to bolt it. And that's relevant. Because they have a Gurmag, and they have a Death Shadow, and they have a Snapcaster. Man, the Death Shadow mirrors is pretty funny, though. Bolt me? Sure. My opponent is going to be very unhappy to know that I'm also playing Death Shadow. They have 5 in hand. So now, unlike my opponent earlier, Fatal Push, sure. Unlike my opponent earlier, I know that these decks don't have a whole lot in the way of basics. So we're going to go ahead and start cutting them on colors. They drew that one too, so we know the 4 cards in hand. Here comes the Death Shadow. Or I guess it could be Gurmag. Could be both, actually. Yep, there's the Gurmag. There's Death Shadow, sure. Can we draw a land this turn? That's pretty close. So let's trophy the Gurmag. Well, no. We need to see if we can get a land this turn. Oh, hey, look, opponent. I'm also on Death Shadow. Isn't it weird? What are you drawing? Because we know the 2 cards in hand. You're drawing a Mishra's Bauble. Well, this Goyf is pretty good. Traverse for a Death Shadow? Oh, look. Me too. Attacking me is, like, very poor here. Oh wait, were they drawing Faithless Lootings? Oh, and into the effects area. I'm dumb. Whatever. They're drawing Faithless Looting. Their Death Shadow is currently bigger than mine. And they still have Snapcaster in hand. What are you doing? Do not attack me. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What? What? Yeah, you have a Snapcaster mage, sure. Target Stubborn Denial. Yep. Are you just playing around like... What are you doing? During your upkeep, kill this idiot. What happened? What are you doing? Flashback Faithless Looting, sure. I guess if they draw like Fatal Push, I'm dead. Discard Death Shadow. Or no, discard Stubborn Denial. Temur Battle Rage. Well, we are much better against them than they are against us. Let's see. I don't need Grim Flayers. I need this. I don't need this. I'm cutting Temur Battle Rages. Probably just cut some of the Mishra's Baubles too, but I really like the Mishra's Baubles. We cut Street Wraiths maybe? I guess I don't need a whole lot of Thoughtseizes. Like that. Okay, so this might be the last game of the match, or of the league, and then in which case, real quick, I wanted to say thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. My name is Knight of St. Traft. I'm a Twitch streamer here. We mostly stream Modern, and I stream every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evenings. I occasionally do streams outside of that, but those are the ones that I kind of try and stick to. We usually start around 4-ish p.m. Central Standard Time, and I stream mostly Miko. I've thought about streaming maybe Hearthstone, but I haven't really gotten around to it yet. I'm going to keep this hand. I also put all of my streams up on YouTube, so if you would like to find any of them, youtube.com/Knight of St. Traft, you'll find all of my YouTube channel stuff there, all of the streams that I've done in the past, etc., etc. Nihil Spellbomb, sure. Say no, I'm on Traverse, so we're both on the same plan here. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. If you could, and you enjoy my content or enjoy watching me lose really poorly to terrible misplays or Moto just being Moto, go ahead and hit the follow button here on Twitch. That'll help other people find my stuff. It doesn't cost you guys anything. I'd really appreciate it. As well as if you could, on my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that as well. That would be awesome. Help get my name out there. Help other people find my stuff. Like I said, it doesn't cost you anything for both of those. And there's a link below my Twitch stream to find my YouTube channel. And there should be a link on my YouTube channel to find my Twitch stream. So, that'd be really awesome if we continue to do that and get that stuff going. So, all right. I think on their draw step, I'm just going to go after this Nihil Spellbomb. Although ramping them is probably wrong, right? Maybe just leave the Assassin's Trophy in case they have a threat here. Well, if they had a threat, they could have cracked the Nihil Spellbomb for an extra delve piece, so I guess they're not doing that. They're trying to be the control deck, which I think is super wrong. And I could just deploy like triple Death Shadow here. And honestly, I really want to. But I know that they don't have a Stubborn Denial. So I'm going to play around. Play these things when I can. And if they do have Stubborn Denial, then not countering Lingering Souls is really bad. Although I guess Stubborn against Lingering Souls isn't super great, so... Abrade one of my tokens? Sure. There's a Gurmag Angler. That's a big boy. Thankfully, I have Lingering Souls to just hold down that fort really hard. And I've got full Traverse up, too, so... Let's get Overgrown Tomb... Say yes. Let's go Lingering Souls. Death Shadow. Which is probably just like a fatal push target for them, but that's fine. Yep, I'm going to swing in. This chip damage from Lingering Souls is usually pretty okay, so... And next turn, sure. I'm okay with that too. Next turn, if I can lay a land, I could go Lingering Souls, Death Shadow. Which folds to, like, Engineered Explosives, I guess, but I don't really see that very commonly out of my opponent. Knowing my luck, though, I'll probably draw, like, Stubborn Denial. But anyway, after this, yeah. Okay, so then I know that I have to double block this. Do you like Fatal Push and Bolt or something? I don't understand. My opponent is not very good at Death Shadow. Bolt me? Sure. Alright, on the play, the Stubborn Denials become much better. So do these Thoughtseizes, actually. These Lingering Souls become as less amazing. And this Liliana, the Last Hope, probably isn't as good either. I want to keep this hand. It's got like Triple Death Shadow, and it's got a Tarmogoyf and Nihil Spellbomb and all that stuff, but it just doesn't do enough because I don't have enough lands. This hand at least will hopefully put enough things in my graveyard where I can traverse for a threat, so I'm going to keep it. I don't need a third land, though. I guess it doesn't really matter where I'm going with it. I'm going to do that during my opponent's upkeep, just so I have perfect information for what they're drawing. And I want Overgrown Tomb, Thoughtseize you. That hand's real bad. I'm going to take, like, your only threat. Snapcaster Mage, sure. That is technically a threat. You should lay a land and bolt me, please. Inquisition me, sure. Probably taking my Traverse. Yep. Take Snapcaster Mage. I really need a threat here. I did not really super pay attention. So I'm going to crack this Nihil Spellbomb on my opponent's upkeep, and then draw a card with it. Now, the reason I'm doing this, yeah, you bolted me, is because it's going to prevent them from delving a threat to this turn. Yes. Okay, a land is not necessarily the greatest. That's good. Play this, idiot. It's just a 3/4. More lands for my opponent. I'm okay with that. It really sucks because I can't stubborn. Oh, I can try and stubborn denial this, but it doesn't do anything because this is a 3/4. I should still try and do it, I think. My opponent just pays 1. But then they can't crack it immediately, so that's alright with me. Oh no, they already play a land this turn? Yeah, they did, I think. I don't remember. They definitely have one more land in hand, so... My opponent's seriously weighing his options. Come on, opponent. Some of us have things to do, places to be. I don't understand how hard of a decision this is. I mean, I guess they very easily could just... It might just be a hard decision. I don't know. Alright, let's see what their last card, or last two cards are. I know one of them's a land, I think. Yeah, and a Snapcaster Mage, sure. So let's go ham. Not get a 5. They have a Polluted Delta and an Unknown. And they have a way to kill my Engineered Explosives. Or they have a way to kill my Tarmogoyf with this Engineered Explosives. Sure. I'm just going to force them to crack it now, obviously. Yep. So now I have removal spell for anything that they play. I have Stubborn Denial for anything else. Ooh, that makes my Assassin's Trophies really good. Is this a Gurmag? Oh, that's a Street Wraith. And I'm okay discarding a Stubborn Denial here. Now I at least have something in play. Thought Scour yourself, sure. Fatal Push and Liliana the Last Hope going down. Would really like to draw a threat. That's not a threat. Snapcaster Mage, sure. That's not great. Sure. Death Shadow, sure. Alright, deck, I could really use something here. Oh boy, alright. I need something pretty big here. That's a land. Good games, opponent. Oh, that sucked. Okay. I am going to go ahead and go on a Be Right Back screen. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and all that stuff. Real quick, if you're watching on YouTube in the future or watching on Twitch right now and you have not hit the follow or subscribe button respectively, please do so. I'd really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything, and it just helps other people find my stuff, get my name out there, etc., etc. That being said, I'm going to, like I just said, go on a Be Right Back screen. I'm going to swap into our other deck, 4-color gifts, and then we will be playing that on stream here pretty momentarily. But I have to go through all that process and run to the restroom and all that stuff. So I'll be right back.